What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so this is a story that I'm going to continue to follow as far as any new developments, any new wrinkles, until we actually find out exactly what happened. Of course, we all know that on February the 26th, Oscar winning actor Gene Hackman was found deceased along with his wife, Betsy Orakawa, and one of their family pets at their Santa Fe, New Mexico home. At the time, uh, it was not known exactly what caused their collective deaths, though it was obvious due to the state of their bodies that they had been there for quite some time, uh, even as long as a couple of weeks. And initially, it was thought that maybe it was a gas leak or carbon monoxide poisoning, but it did came out. I think it was yesterday. I think it was, or the day before yesterday. That no, yesterday that it was not carbon monoxide. Their bodies tested negative for that. Also, it was released that his pacemaker, Gene Hackman's pacemaker, last showed activity as far as registering on February the 17th, meaning that that is the likely date of his death. Forensics seems to show that Hackman fell abruptly. Um, his wife was found on the kitchen floor, on the bathroom floor, excuse me, and their German Shepherd was found in a kennel, deceased. I don't know whether that kennel was locked or unlocked, and there were some pills on the floor next to Obakawa's body. Now, a family friend was interviewed, and the family friend was interviewed by People Magazine, and the family friends actually named were Danielle or are Danielle and Barbara Lenahan. All right, and they were close friends with Gene Hackman and his wife, and they reveal that Gene Hackman's health had begun to slip in recent months. Up until recently, Gene Hackman was pretty active for a man that was a nonagenarian. He was in his 90s, but he was a guy that rode bikes. He was a guy that was out and about with his wife. She kept him ambulated and kept him active. But they said that he had stopped riding his bike about a year ago, and he started becoming increasingly more homebound, which is not unusual for a man that is now 95, 94, 95 years of age. He turned 95. Matter of fact, I believe I did a happy 95th birthday tribute to him in my timeline on the 30th of January. But anyway, they said that the wife was actually very fit. They said she was very fit and she was in excellent health for a 63-year-old woman. So, you know, one of the things about this is that, like many people, it's not that we're trying to be morbid and try to figure out what happened. It's like we want closure because it was very unusual circumstances. So they said that she was in very, very, very good health. Um, but his health was fading. So, I mean, I look at it like this now. I mean, all of these things are just possibilities, right? Because the whole situation just seems so weird. Um, because I don't want to be one of these people that, like, Randy Quaid screaming he thinks it's a hit. Now, I don't know, man. I think that's I try to look for the most obvious and more plausible explanation, and look for the other things last. There's a lot of different things that could have occurred. One thing that could have occurred that comes to mind is that if she was in good health, then that raises the possibility even more so that she uh, may have taken her own life. What would have caused that, if that's the case? But we don't know that yet. It's a possibility that maybe they had an argument. Couples argue, right? Maybe they had an argument, and Gene's health was slipping, as he said, right? Maybe he had an argument. He got so upset that he went into cardiac arrest. He dropped. He did. He died of a massive heart attack or cardiac arrest. Um, that's a possibility, right? She feels so guilty because she got into an argument with him. Maybe she got into an argument with him. Like I said, that happened. She got so guilty about it that she took pills, and the whole suddenness of it, the whole finality of it, when reality set in of what occurred, she was in a state of shock. Maybe she did that and took her own life. She just couldn't imagine her life without him. I don't know. That's a possibility. Then it's a possibility that then that dog, if the kennel was open, got into the pills when they were. He saw the pills on the floor, or whatever. I mean, excuse me, on the counter. Uh, Being a German Shepherd, I'm assuming he's big enough to knock the pills down, consume a lot of them. Dogs eat things, got toxicity, poisoning from eating them. Dogs, when they get sick, oftentimes they retreat to a shelter or a kennel or something and died in the kennel. That's a possibility. Or if the dog was locked in the kennel, died from dehydration or starvation, um, from not eating and drinking. That's a possibility. I just don't think that. I mean, I try not to look into the more extreme causations first. I try to look into things that seem a little bit more plausible. But now that I hear that she was in excellent health, now that makes me think that, and being that he was 95 years old, 35-year history of heart disease, leads me to believe that now he died suddenly. I think that he probably died suddenly, and it shocked her, especially if it was an argument or something like that, something that caused her to have tremendous amount of guilt, and then that happened. You know what I'm saying? But look, we don't know. We'll know when the authorities um, come to their conclusion as to what happened. I'm just speculating because I don't. I see a lot of people speculating about something more nefarious happening, a hit squad and stuff like that. Uh, you know, I don't know, man. I just think that stuff is conspiracy PORN. To be honest with you, man, I think a lot of stuff is conspiracy PORN that people love to engage in. But anyway, rest in peace to Gene Hackman, as I said before, and his wife. And tell me what you guys think.